Hi friend. Hi everyone. My name is G Pranit. I am from CSCG section. My topic is open source software design patterns. Open source software development has revolutionized the way we design and implement software. This presentation explores how software design patterns are used within open source project to enhance maintainability, scalability, and readability. Understanding open source. Open source refers to software whose source code is publicable, available for use, modification, and distribution. It fosters collaborative development and has become a foundational part of modern software engineering. What are the software design patterns? Design patterns are standard solution to common software design problems. They offer reusable templates and best practice that guide developer in building robust software systems. Importance of design patterns in open source. In open source project where multiple contribution collaborative design patterns ensure consistency and clarity. They simplify onboarding, improve code quality, and enhance collaboration. Types of design patterns. Design patterns are categorized into three types: critical, structural, and behavior. Each type addresses specified problems in software construction and interaction. Critical pattern means creational pattern. Creational pattern focus on object creation mechanism. Example include singleton factor, abstract factor, and builder patterns, which help manage the installation process efficiently. So the singleton pattern ensures that a class has only one instance and provide a global point of access to it. It commonly used for configure management and resource access control. Factory pattern allows a classes to delegate instantiation to subclasses or helper methods. It is widely used in framework to instance components based on runtime input. Abstract factory pattern means this pattern provides an interface for creating families of related objects without specifying their concert classes. It promotes consistency among product in open source libraries. Builder pattern. The builder pattern separates the construction of a complex object from its representation. It is often used in object creation where are many configurable operations. Structural pattern deals with object composition. Example include adapter, decorator, composite, and proxy pattern that help build flexible and scalable open source architecture. Adapter allows incompatible interference to work together by converting one interference into another. It is useful in integrating legacy code within modern open source project. Decorator pattern. The decorator pattern adds new functionalities to existing objects without altering their structure. It promotes modularity and dynamic behavior extension in open source components. Composite pattern allows individual objects and composition of objects to be treated uniformly. It is widely applied in GUI system and file system hierarchies. Proxy provides a placeholder for another objects to control access to it. It is used in remote method invocation, lazy loading, and access control. Behavioral pattern defines communication between objects. Example including observer, strategy, command, and template method, which improve interaction within open source system. Observe pattern. The observe pattern defines one to many dependencies so that when one object changes state, all its dependencies are notified. It is extensively used in event handling system. Strategy pattern. Strategy pattern enables selecting an algorithm behavior at runtime. It defines a family of interchangeable strategies and encapsulates each one, allowing them to vary independently. Command pattern. Command encapsulates a request as an object, thereby decoupling the sender and receiver. It's often found in undo, redo functionalities and GUI button actions. Templates method pattern. This pattern defines the program skeleton in an operation, differing some steps to subclass. It promotes code reuse and flexibility in framework design. Benefits of using patterns in open source. Design pattern provides standard terminology, reduce code complexity, and make code bases easier to understand. This helps open source communities contribute effectively and sustainably. Challenges in applying patterns. Despite their benefits, over-using patterns can lead to unnecessary complexity. It's essential to understand the context and choose patterns that fit the problem domain. Case study. Uses of patterns in Git. Git, a popular open source version control system, utilizes various design patterns like command, strategy, and composite to manage commands, workflows, and object models. MVS pattern is an open source framework. The model view controller design pattern is fundamental in many open source web frameworks such as Django, Ruby on Rails. This pattern divides an application in three interconnected components. The model represents the data and business logic. The view displays the data to the user and the control handles the input, processing it and passing it to model or view. This separation of concern improves code organization and make it easier to manage and scale large projects. Developer can work on different components simultaneously, enhancing team collaboration. MVC also supports test-driven development by isolating the business logic in the model. It is used in open source ensure that new contributors can quickly understand and modify one layer without affecting other, increasing maintainability. Event driven architecture. Event driven architecture is a design pattern where component communication through events in open source system, especially those with microservices or real-time data. This pattern is crucial. Each event triggers or response from interested components without tight coupling. Tools like Node.js, Kafka heavily rely on this model. For instance, in open source chat application, a message event could trigger logging, notification, and real-time UI updates. This design enhance scalability and responsiveness developers and can add new event listeners without modifying the event source, making the system extensible and maintainable. Design pattern in open source database. Open source database such as MySQL, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB utilize various design patterns internally. For example, the singleton pattern manages connection to the database engine, ensuring a single access point. Factory and abstract factory pattern are used to initiate different query handler or data types. Observed patterns help replicate changes in distributed database. This pattern allows open source database to developer to extend functionalities on debugging issues efficiently. Design patterns in front-end open source libraries. Front-end libraries like React, Vue.js, Angular adopt and prompt design patterns to maintain modularity. React components follow the composite patterns to nest UI elements. While Hook implement accepts of the observer pattern, Vue use a reactive data model powered by proxies. Angular emphasizes dependence injection, a powerful variant of strategy pattern. This pattern allows developers to build reactive, maintainable, and scalable user interface. Open source contributions are simplified as pattern provide a shared design vocabulary. Dependency injection in open source project. Dependency injection, in shortcut DI, is a design pattern that deals with how objects acquire their dependency. In open source software, DI is used to decouple classes behavior from the creation of dependent object. Framework like Angular and Spring use DI containers to manage object creation and lifetime. This makes code easier to test and maintain since dependency can be replaced with mock or stubs. In open source, DI supports high configurability and plugin architecture, enabling third-party integration with minimal changes to core system. State pattern in open source games. Game development often involves complex state transition like ideal, running, past, game over, etc. The state pattern encapsulates states or object and allows transaction or runtime. Open source game engines like Godot or Face are often implemented this pattern to manage character or game state. This separation of logic into state-specific classes enhances readability, testability, and debugging. It also simplifies the addition of new state without affecting existing ones. Pattern anti-patterns in open source. While design patterns offer structure and best practices, misuse can result in anti-patterns. An anti-pattern is a common but ineffective solution that can make system harder to maintain over rush. Singleton or inoperative use of inactive can lead to tightly coupled in open source project. This creates for new barriers for new contribute. Recognizing anti-parents is essential for maintaining health code bases. Tools like linters and static analysis can help identify and eliminate them. Conclusion and future scope. Design patterns continues to involve which source ecosystem with emerging technologies like AI, blockchain, and computing. New patterns can be developed to address modern attention need. Future open source contributes can benefit from hybrid patterns and better documentation practice, encouraging pattern latency, while lead to more robust, scalable, and maintainable open source project. Thank you all.